Hello, my lovely 8th graders. Today we are going to do a biotechnology reteach. So first of all, what is biotechnology? Well, remember, bio means life, and technology is anything that makes life easier. So in regards to our specific biotechnology, we're going to be talking about how they manipulate or they change living things to make useful products. Okay, so for example, they can take some fish DNA, put it into strawberries, and it helps them last with the frost. Or they put special genes into tomatoes that, as you can see in this picture, instead of letting them rot quickly, they stay nice and fresh for longer. Okay, some old examples of biotechnology would be to domesticate crops and farm animals through selective breeding. So why maybe we have certain types of dogs. Okay, they also use yeast to make bread and wine. Newer technology, though, that involves the use of living cells and their molecules to solve problems and make useful products. This little picture, it says, if I were you, I would avoid transgenic mice. So the cats are talking to each other about avoiding GMO type mice. Okay, so biotechnology, it affects us everywhere. It's not just in food, okay? It's food, water, medicine, shelter. So being able to make medicine in large quantities, and also if you know anyone that's diabetic, that human insulin that it's made possibly by GMOs. We have combating crime through DNA testing, pollution, removing it from the soil and water, and then improving the quality of our crops and livestock. So why is biotechnology good for North Carolina? Well, it can make crops grow bigger. It can increase the crop yield, which means that we can have more crops. Okay, we could add genes to it so it's more resistant to bugs and different fungus. So in that case, there's less crops eaten by insects. We can also make better tasting fruit and vegetables. And then we would be able to keep more things in the U.S. We wouldn't have to rely on other countries necessarily for their crops if we have these. So those are ways where it's good. Now, it can also be bad because it can contaminate natural plants that are already there. So that might not be good for crops that we have naturally. And then the biggest thing with biotechnology is it moral and is it safe? We don't know because it hasn't been around long enough to do really big studies on this. Okay, so some bio-related jobs would be farming, research, and forensics. And two really important vocabulary words that you all need to understand when we're talking about biotechnology is agriculture. If you see agriculture, that means farming. And lastly, economy is the wealth of an area. So when you hear economy, think money. I hope this helps.